guys, I'm Camille,
And I'm Allison.
and we're here for Brown Girl Reviews.
Yes.
Today we decided that we were going to review something that we've been watching on Hulu called Shrill. This was not my choice to watch it. Allison, tell us a little bit about it.
Um. So I just found it on Hulu. Quarantine and everything. So I just started watching it, and I liked it. It has Adie Bryant in it from SNL, if you know her. And so I just thought it was a little nice show. So I mentioned it to my mom, and I said, "Why don't you watch it too?" And then she ended up watching both seasons. I had only watched the first season, so clearly she liked it.
That actually is not the case. There was obviously a huge misunderstanding, and I watched both because I was under the impression she had already watched both seasons. But it was definitely a doable show. It was not something I struggled through. I easily kind of watched it. The episodes were about a half an hour long, I would say.
Yeah.
And I one of the things that I did like about it is that it really kind of talked about larger sized people like myself. And basically their struggles and insecurities with people in the community, looking and treating them differently, as well as, her struggles just to buy like random things. So she actually kind of became immersed in a lifestyle where she kind of just hung out with a lot of plus size people. Was that in the first season?
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, okay. Okay.
That's why I
I'm
think we
ahead
need
of
to do it.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of
Um,
myself.
are we gonna talk
Did
about
you
it
want
episode by episode?
Did we need to?
Okay. No, I guess
Okay,
not.
well shoot. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to remember.
Uh,
The first episode is called Annie, and actually she met this guy, was just like some chick to him. He treated her poorly. He even, one of the things that I hated was that he was so ashamed of her. He made her climb over the back fence.
oh yeah, that was
So it
really
was like
bad.
really poor, and that was
And
like
she did it. She wasn't even. She didn't even think twice about it.
she was glad to basically have a relationship.
Mm-mm.
He did not want to use any protection, so she ended up buying the morning after pill every time that they decided to have sex without protection.
And they said that's bad for your reproductive organs. So.
Right. Well, in this particular case, she ended up getting pregnant and she had an
Because
abortion.
yeah, because she didn't know that the morning after pill did not work for people like of a certain
That's
size.
right.
So
That's
she
right.
had no idea. The pharmacist did not tell her, and she was like, "Well, how could I have gotten pregnant?" I took the morning after pill, and she looked it up online, and it turned out,
I think
I
you
didn't
had
use.
it was not effective for anybody over 175 is
Yeah, I
what the
think that was.
pharmacist ended up telling her. So she was a little upset because she was like, no one told me. I bought this multiple times and no one has ever said anything.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. The second one was basically she told him like, hey, I'm a good catch. You should be with me, and they ended up going out on a date. But this dude is like a horrible wreck of a person,
Yeah, he does not
and
have his life together. But I guess for her, she is a little bit, I guess, not as confident in herself as she should be.
right.
I felt like she was smart. She had a good job. Like she had like
Right.
a lot of things going for her, but it was like she could not see all those things that she had going for her. She was always like trying to just get love and appreciation from outside of herself rather than inside.
Right. And that second episode, she actually got an opportunity to write her own article. Prior to that, she was just a calendar editor. I think
Yeah,
it was
like a
something.
small kind of role in the paper, which I
Right.
mean, still good, but she wanted bigger and better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The next one was, I don't know. Oh, somebody was trolling her.
Yes.
Somebody was fat shaming her to death. It it was funny, but it wasn't funny because obviously it's 80 Bryant, so she obviously used a lot of humor in it.
Yes.
But she just was kind of like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is happening to me. And because it was work, she couldn't just kind of, be flippant about it.
Yeah.
She had to kind of remain professional. She was going around asking people like, how do you get rid of this, and stuff like that. And she also invited her boyfriend to like a work event that I don't. Did
He
you
never
watch it?
even showed up.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if that was the right season. I was like, did he show up? Yes, he did not show up. Instead, he did some. It was
It was
something
like a
stupid.
pencil battle, like where they like
Yes.
were flipping pencils to break them or something, or like across the. I don't even know if it was like. It was just like, so she went over his house and she's like, hey, what's going on? And then she sees him with this other girl and they're just a little too close. And so then she finds out that, she wasn't even the only one. And like,
Right.
and it was like, he couldn't even be like straightforward and upright just for like her own sexual health.
And he is
Like,
not. He is not a winner.
no,
Like
he's
he
not
does
a
not
catch.
have anything going on for him, even the way he looks. So did he get fired by then?
Did he even have a job? I thought he was doing a
Yeah.
podcast.
I think he had a job at some point.
No,
No,
maybe
no,
that's in
no,
the
no, he
second
did.
season.
No, 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 he got fired.
Oh.
So maybe he did not. He did have a
He had
job.
too much time on his
He
hands.
did have a job. He was doing a podcast, but he did actually have a job because at some point he did not have that job anymore, and he ran into his old friends. The fourth episode, and there are only 6 episodes in this season.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth episode was when she went to a pool party, and there were a lot of plus size.
Yeah, it was like a plus size only pool party.
It was awesome. It was really awesome.
It
She
was
felt
really
super
nice,
comfortable. She was initially, I think she felt ashamed to put on a bathing suit because she said it was for work, but I think that part of it just might have been just for her lack of comfortability. She didn't actually know who was there until she got there. And the more comfortable she became, she actually changed out into a bathing suit and had a ball.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. And I feel like, was that the episode with her mother? Okay, I don't know. But yeah, she miss something with her friend?
No, she had missed the work event that she was supposed to go to.
That's right.
Her
Her
boss
boss was
always
horrible.
on her.
I don't
and I think he like
understand.
tried to like play it off because he was always fat shaming her. He was real fat phobic
Yeah.
and he was always like trying to like knock her ideas because she was like, well, what kind of light does needs to be shed on this? And I mean, obviously that was what the show was focused on. Like that was I think one of like the main focuses of the TV show. But I mean, I understand other people, but he was like, because he felt like he was a gay man, he felt like that was like more like that was the only experience that should have been talking about, and that like people who are fat should just like lose weight or something.
Right, right. So he was, and the sad part is he was kind of funny, so he made you want to like him, but you did not like him
Yeah,
because he was
so
kind of mean to
mean.
her.
He was so
Right,
mean.
right. Episode 5 was she wrote an article and submitted it without getting approval
Yeah.
from that same boss. And it was called "Hello, I'm Fat." So it was kind of funny. Did he write the rebuttal in that same episode?
Oh yes, I think so. Or the next episode, he wrote a rebuttal and was like
It was hard. I can't remember what it was called.
yeah, I forget.
But
It was
let's
like
say
a
it was
play
called
off of that.
"Hello, I'm Skinny" or whatever.
Oh yeah,
So-
something like that.
So it was kind of sad. He didn't really understand. Although she was getting a lot of accolades from writing these articles, her articles were well liked, and I think he
The most,
recognized that she also had a lot of talent.
It was
That
like the most clicked on the site, like whenever
Right,
it
that was
it
another
like
thing.
she was driving traffic to his website, and he
Right.
could not even.
Well,
like,
it wasn't his page. It was.
it was like
he was in charge.
Yeah,
though.
he was like the
clearly in
editor in
charge.
charge or something. I
Right.
don't know.
He was clearly in charge. So, was that when she? So the dog. The dog wasn't that the episode with the dog. The dog got high. The roommate. Okay, so there's this awesome roommate. I don't know if you have ever watched. What is that show with Daniel Radcliffe called? It's a show on TBS with Daniel Radcliffe, and I can't think of what the name of it is.
Couldn't tell you.
But it who?
I said I couldn't tell you.
But there is a show on TBS, and basically it changes every season. I really can't tell you what it is actually called, but the show changes every season. The first season they were like angels, and the second season
Okay, so
they
kind of like
ended
an
up.
American Horror Story type.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Okay.
American Horror Story kind of changes every season as well. But regardless, she is actually she stars on that show as well, and she is an English actress. Again, I wish I could tell you what it
I was
is
gonna say go back,
called, but I cannot
go back,
seem
and do
to.
Daniel Radcliffe shows.
I cannot. Oh wait! Miracle Workers. It's
Okay.
called Miracle Workers. So I don't exactly know what her name is, unfortunately. Um, but she is awesome, regardless. Oh, they might show her picture in here. Oh yeah, her name is Lolly Adifope.
Hmm.
Yeah, her name is Lolly Adifope. So, but yeah, she's awesome in there, and she is the best friend. She is gay. She lives with the Addie Bryant character, and what's her name? Annie?
I think it's Annie
Yeah.
in the show.
She lives with the Addie Bryant character, and basically it just shows their life. But anyway, she had some weed or something. I would assume it's
It was like
marijuana.
it was like, or I think it was like shrooms or something.
Something.
I don't know.
Something. The dog got high.
And yeah, the dog
So
ate it,
they
and
called the vet. They basically the dog. They found out that the dog could go into seizures, so they wanted someone to stay with the dog. So she, of course, called her boyfriend over, who decided that the best way to help the dog deal with it was for himself to get high as well. Okay.
well, he was like he thought they were gonna have an experience together.
Which they apparently did, or he had an experience with the dog. I don't think the dog gave a crap. That's just my own thought process. But
I mean, he watched the dog, I guess, but at
he
what
did
cost?
watch the dog. The dog didn't have a seizure.
Mhm.
He could have had a seizure. Who knows?
Mhm.
And the last one was this the one where the mom had left? Okay, you don't know that one. Okay, I'm ahead of myself. Okay, so so Annie had been definitely going out a lot more, but she basically was just kind of she was like, oh, I got a boyfriend, like she was kind of feeling herself, and basically on this last episode, she actually went and confronted her troll. She asked somebody, I think it was her best friend. She has a best friend at the office, and she calls him her work husband.
Yeah.
And they actually sought out, like researched it and saw who it is. And it's actually another actor from SNL. I can't remember what his name is, but it's another actor from SNL, and he played the troll. And he was like, he was so scared because she showed up at his job. She showed up at his job. She asked him if she could talk to him, and he was like really remorseful and stuff. And I can't remember, but it was super duper funny. So, yeah, she ended up breaking the windows out of his car. So,
Elle Bonner.
no, I was thinking Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, Elle Bonner is refill.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my
Okay,
fault.
so that was episode 1. I guess if somebody ever watches episode 2, then we'll be able to
Well,
review
season 2, yes.
Yes, I'm sorry, season 2.
Yeah, okay.
So
We'll be back with this, guys.
we'll be back with that. I definitely want to. One of the things that I want to review, I haven't watched the entire thing, is on Quibi. There is what is it called? Die Hard with Kevin Hart. I watched a few episodes. If you're familiar with Quibi, the episodes are like 7-8 minutes. Like literally, it's like 7-8 minutes. So it's a very interesting concept. Obviously, it just kind of catches your attention. So I'm looking forward to really kind of seeing what else is on there. I keep seeing a lot of different movies and things like that. But yeah. So for next time,
Yes.
this is Brown Girl Reviews. Bye.
Bye.